At this time, the chair recognizes the always debonair Dr. Al Mohler, President of the Southern Baptist Theological Seminary, for the SBC Historical Library and Archives report. Dr. Mohler.
Thank you, Mr. President. God's people always live in three dimensions, the dimensions of the past, the present, and the future. We do not live in the past, but we live out of the past. We stand on the shoulders of giants, as one Christian theologian said, and that is certainly true for the Southern Baptist Convention. We live in the present, but we live directed to the future. In terms of the past, Israel was told to remember the old paths in order that Israel might walk in them. And that is certainly important for the Southern Baptist Convention. The 6 seminaries of the Southern Baptist Convention together are assigned the task of maintaining in Nashville, Tennessee, the Southern Baptist Historical Library and Archives. It is one of the most unusual and comprehensive archives held by any denominational group anywhere in the world. It is held on behalf of the Southern Baptist Convention and governed by a board made up of the presidents of the 6 seminaries of the SBC. I'm pleased to tell you that in Nashville, you would find a tremendous repository for our denomination in order that we would maintain that heritage out of which we serve and witness and go and send. There in Nashville, you will find a professional staff. You will find a collection, a massive collection of materials. But there you will also find the testimony to the founding of the Southern Baptist Convention, to the formation of the Baptist tradition, to the comprehensiveness and diversity of our denomination in terms of its past. But it's not there only to be a museum of the past, it's there to be a repository out of which Baptists in this generation, Southern Baptists in particular, would move faithfully into the future. Bill Summers, the executive director of the Southern Baptist Historical Library and Archives, Bill Summers has been with that archive on our behalf for 30 years this year. He himself is now a part of our Southern Baptist heritage, and for Bill Summers, we're very, very thankful. But he is joined by a professional team. In his report, published in your book of reports in pages 111 through 113, Bill Summers wrote, and I quote, "It is my privilege to direct the most extensive, diverse, and accessible collection of Baptist material in the world." I hope you feel pride and pleasure in that. On behalf of the Southern Baptist Convention, the Southern Baptist Historical Library and Archives is indeed the most extensive, diverse, and accessible collection of Baptist material to be found anywhere in the world. And it's there for you. One of the things you need to know is that if you have a young person in your church who is doing research in Baptist history, the materials in Nashville are not only available to them, but furthermore, there are research grants available for qualified research projects in order that we can encourage young people to do that kind of research and to make that research then available to all Southern Baptists. When you think about your church and its ministry, recognize that you too live out of the past, the present, and the future, and the Southern Baptist Historical Library and Archives wants to be a partner with you in preserving the records, the minutes, the historical materials from your church's past, the heritage of your association and state convention as well. On behalf of the SBC, the 6 presidents of the Southern Baptist seminaries also govern the Seminary Extension Program, a program that has existed for well over half a century now, and a program that exists in order that every Southern Baptist, whatever the level of previous education, every Southern Baptist has access to quality theological education. Under the direction of Dr. Randy Williams, that program is also located in Nashville, Tennessee, and it also exists solely for the churches of the Southern Baptist Convention. Mr. Chairman, I will now be joined by my colleague presidents of the SBC and the seminary presidents in order that we will answer any question that may come from a messenger.
Thank you, Dr. Mohler, and to all the seminary presidents. All of us owe each of you indeed a debt of gratitude for all the preachers and evangelists and worship leaders that you're training in your 6 seminaries. Thank you so very, very much. Are there any questions concerning the report from Dr. Mohler? There are no questions. Thank you, gentlemen. Amen. Amen. At this time, it's my esteemed pleasure to present at this time Dr. Danny Aiken, the president of the Southeastern Baptist Theological Seminary for his report.